was more than just a great set of boobs.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Thank you for tuning in to another InkyMann's men's show. Throughout this show, you're going to see some developments such as things like this and some other things that are going on that have now changed the way this show is going, and I'm loving it. It's called growth. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to the InkyMann's men's show. A couple of shout outs real quick before we get into the show. I want to say what's up to my man Bob out in Maryland, who's always been a supporter of pretty much everything I've done in these last two shows that I've done. Big shout to my man Snake P and my man Eric Red. Snake P from Worldwide Fearless Magazine, and my man Eric the Red from Worldwide Fearless Radio. And another big shout out to a pizza company called Oath Craft Pizza for giving your boy this shirt right here. You need to go check them out. If you, as far as I know, they're in Massachusetts. I tried them out at the South Station out in Boston. And the pizza was phenomenal. It was worth the money. Let me just say it that way. Not like any other pizza that you ever had. That's what I'll put it that way. So big shout out to Azo and Tiana for hooking it up. You know that I always have a WCW for every show. So we're going to jump right into that. This one is Gianna Michaels. Man, I tell you, man. So now we're going to address the comments for the show. All right. So the last show was all about bitch-made men. If you don't know anything about what it is to be a bitch-made man, go check this show out right here. Other than that, let's get into the comments. You know, I totally agree with you, RH. Time is cyclical. Usually things repeat itself after about 20 years. So if you can recall, before we hit band 10 and all that, in the 80s, there was, you know, groups that were wearing makeup and long hair and big hair and all that. And these were men. Prince, prime example. Whole band, you know, everybody looking the same, looking like men and women at the same time. The word androgynous comes into play, you know. So when you look at the time period now that Young Thug and artists prior to him were wearing skinny jeans and all of that, it's cyclical. But the difference here is that back in those times, a lot of those people that were dressed like that had women around them and tried to at least balance it out by having women around them. So you could have thought that they were gay, but at the same time, the image wasn't that. Now the image is a little more tighter, with the gay culture being the way that it is, and the whole gay agenda has increased. We're now in the age of Aquarius, if you want to look that up. With gay being cool, at least cooler than it was when we were younger, you know. Less gay bashing now than there was then, okay? With more gay rights and things of that nature, people have no problem coming out of the closet a little bit more, quote unquote. You know, it's not you see more gay men and lesbians than we did back then. Not to say that we didn't see them, but you know, there's a lot more support for that than there was then. So you're kind of right there. And as far as raising your son, or you know, your non-biological son, your stepson, as far as raising him, good for you. Good for you, man. Good for you. To me, I have nothing against gay men. I have nothing against gay people. But if you're trying to date women, you have to be the man. You have to step it up. All right, so good for you, man. I appreciate your comment on that. Let's go on to the next one.
Ja, ik vind dus dat dit echt niet kan hoor. Ik bedoel, maar nee, maar moeten we nu nog antwoorden of niet? Want ja, dat zwijg ik liever.
Excuseer, dames en heren, excuseer voor de mensen thuis bij de excuses hiervoor.
I really didn't know how to answer it, so I figured that video would be the best way of answering that. Now let's go on to the topic of the day. Is it cool to be cool with your ex? I mean, if you are in a relationship right now, is it cool to still be cool with your ex? Some would say yes, some would say no. What would you say? When I was in relationships, basically I would cut off all ties with any exes, mainly because I didn't want any kind of garbage to come up, no craziness to come up, no beef, nothing. And as time went on, I'd be in a relationship, I'd do that, cut them off. Then when I'm not in a relationship, now I'm trying to catch up with that ex, not in the way of trying to get at them, per se. Now, as time went on, I realized how dumb that is. It's stupid. Now, it's different if you got into a relationship and you didn't know the person and then you became friends, you know, i.e. you're a man with a lady, man with a man, whatever the case. You're dealing with this person and then all of a sudden you make this new friend. Not even then, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense, man. And I have a friend who's very strong when it comes down to that kind of opinion. I hope he has something to say on this. But is it cool for you to be cool with your ex if you're in a relationship? Something for you to just think about. That's all. You know how this show is. Something to get your brain going. And I think it's time to say bye-bye. It's about that time. Go ahead and take your phone out, put on that Snapchat, snap this picture. Let's get it going. Later.